I'm here today at the Biohacker Summit 2022, Hack the Ego in Amsterdam, Holland, with the founder or head of SAMINA. What is SAMINA?
SAMINA is, I think, a very interesting company. And behind this company, there is a big mission to make this world every day a little better with the topic of a restful bioenergetic sleep.
Can you tell us your name?
My name is Philipp.
Philipp, you were telling me about what the word SAMINA means.
Yeah, SAMINA, on one side, it's a Indian girl name. We know that. Really? But in our case, it is a river, and it springs in Liechtenstein, and it comes to Austria, and it's absolutely next to our company. And the deep meaning behind it was the way to school from the real founder of SAMINA. It was my father who founded the company now more than 30 years ago.
So it's a topic very close to your heart, literally.
Yeah, absolutely.
What was the reasoning behind the company?
The reason of the company?
Like his mission, or why did he get into this
this
area?
is also an interesting story from his profession side. He's a psychologist. He was a psychologist, and he found out 40 years ago that all his patients, they had the same issue. They were suffering with sleep problems. And so his question was if it's possible to use the sleep as a kind of therapy, or I explain in a different way, to use the sleep to get better results in therapy. And this question was not letting him go, so he researched everything in this topic.
Which is very interesting what you say, because there's a lot of talk about mental and physical health, mental health a lot. But I think one thing nobody is really saying in a one sentence line is the fact that everybody with mental health issues has one thing in common: they don't sleep well.
Yes.
You've never met somebody who sleeps excellently and doesn't feel good.
It's the perfect biomarker. So if with the sleep something goes wrong, there is something wrong. And everything we are doing during the day, and also the things we are not doing, are very deep connected to the night, and verse wise. That means the day is always a reflection of the night, and the night a mirror of the day. And for sure, people should know the importance of this topic. A lot of people are talking about nutrition, and they are talking about sports and fitness. And slowly they start also talking about the topic of regeneration. But only less people know, for example, that the sleep is a 90% factor. That means 90% of our well-being, of our vitality, of our fitness, of our performance is depending on the sleep. And here is the crux of the matter. That means this sleep is only in the position to come if all conditions are there. And this is exactly what we are dealing with the last 30 years.
It makes a lot of sense what you say, because, for example, if you're taking supplements or exercising, your body can't even digest those supplements if your parasympathetic nervous system is in fight or flight and you're stressed.
Absolutely. The best anti-stress factor, which is known, is the restful bioenergetic sleep. So we were talking before about creating happy people, and that's what we are doing. If we are absolutely convinced that people who sleep better, they are more happy. If you are more happy, you take better decisions for you and for others, and this is the idea, to change the world in a better way.
It's fair to say sleep fixes all problems. I think it's true.
Yeah.
What does SAMINA have? Like, what's your product, or what is it you?
On one side, we offer a healthy sleep coaching. In this advice, people get educated how sleep works, why sleep is important, where are the problems produced in the society, and very important also what are the solutions. This is on one side, on one hand. On the other hand, we show the people exactly how they can build up at home the perfect environment. And it's always a combination between the bedroom, the place where the bed stands, and for sure also the equipment which is touching you whole the night and direct, to create both things.
I saw SAMINA has beds and pillows.
Yes.
And then you're basically giving people like a whole system for how to use. So it's not just the bed, it's not just the pillow, but it's a whole way of doing sleep.
I think the people, they have bought enough beds and mattresses. I think it's really the right time to start thinking here in a different way, because SAMINA is a very small fish in this big market of furnitures and mattresses. And would that be true, what they try to telling us over their marketing, that they are producing good sleep? I do not know how it's possible that 80% of all adults are sleeping in a way not as good as possible. So we want to change that.
Yeah, and I think I've seen that a lot. I mean, from the Oura rings, we know, I sleep in the same bed as my partner. One of us will have super good sleep. So it's nothing really to do with all the tech in a way. Like you said, if you don't have your whole mindset, your whole system or mind around being...
So people are different, and there is only a less amount of people who are really able to regenerate and recover in a high quality. All others, they are a little caught in our system. And there is a big difference between sleeping and recovery. That means if you have a big fight to fall asleep, for example, you will never have a good regeneration quality, because there is the secondary nerve system, and there are two parts. One part is the sympathicus, it's the active part, and the other part is the parasympathicus, the part who brings you down, who makes you quiet. And if the body has no chance to switch on the parasympathicus, you will never have a good regeneration. And that's what we are doing on both sides.
If we talk about hacks for a minute, like for people who don't know where to begin, because usually, people who don't sleep well, they're also sick, they're also stressed, they're also broke, they usually have some relationship problems. What would you say is the simplest way to start hacking your sleep towards better recovery?
Yeah, okay. On one side, when we start at the behavior of the people, there are a few rules you can follow to sleep in a better way. So I think a lot of these ideas are clear: not to eat too late, for example, not eat a fatty roast pork with dumplings. That would be also not a good idea. Also to have the right thoughts, reading a book, not to use too much of the smartphones and tablets, because they have too much blue light. If you have no blue light blocker sunglass, for example, it's better not to do that. And on the other side, there is a good possibility. Yesterday at this special dinner, I was talking about the topic of gravity and the importance of gravity for the vitality of the people. So everybody is able to create their own gravity situation at home. If the head is about 8 to 10 centimeters higher than the legs, that means if I put something under my bed on the top, that my head is higher, you can get the feeling of a gravity sleep. So that's the idea behind, is to compensate the less movements we are doing. Still, we stop being hunters. We are sitting too much. We are lying too much. So we need the gravity, especially in the night.
Thank you so much. It's been an honor to have you here with us at the Biohacker Summit.